On Friday's episode of SmackDown, Sonya Deville accepted Mandy Rose's hair versus hair match stipulation for SummerSlam. Just 2 days later, it sounded like WWE had booked their latest home invasion angle to develop the feud, but it scarily emerged as a shoot. Brother. The Tampa Bay Times initially reported Sunday morning that a man, Philip A. Thomas III, had been arrested outside the home of 26-year-old Daria Baronento, Deville's real name, after he had been stalking her on social media for years. The Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office issued a statement confirming the incident, adding that Thomas had traveled from South Carolina to Lutz, where Deville lives. According to the police, Thomas parked his car on a road near Deville's home at midnight, cut a hole in the patio screen, and remained there for 3 to 4 hours while watching and listening through the windows. After the homeowner went to bed, Thomas entered through the back sliding glass door, which activated the home alarm and prompted the homeowner to look out the window and spot the suspect on the property. The homeowner and their guest fled the home in a car and called 911. When deputies arrived, Thomas was still inside the residence. Deputies discovered he was carrying a knife, plastic zip ties, duct tape, mace, and other personal items. He reportedly told the deputies he was planning on taking the homeowner hostage, and he had begun planning to abduct Deville 8 months ago. Thomas has been charged with aggravated stalking, armed burglary of a dwelling, attempted armed kidnapping, and criminal mischief, and is currently being held without bail. Deville herself has now issued a statement on Twitter. "Thank you everyone for your love and concern. A very frightening experience, but thankfully, everyone is safe. A special thank you to Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office for their response and assistance." While much less serious, AEW also believes they have been infiltrated. Several weeks ago, a Reddit user by the name of Space Force 1 leaked that Eric Bischoff was set to make his surprise debut in AEW as the special guest moderator for Chris Jericho and Orange Cassidy's Super Wednesday debate segment. They had also posted several other match spoilers the month beforehand. As both AEW and WWE are currently batch taping multiple episodes of TV in fortnightly stints, they're more susceptible to pre-tape show spoilers getting out. Cough, Keith Lee beating Adam Cole for all the titles, cough. Then on Friday, another Reddit user by the name Weird Warthog posted some major spoilers for this Saturday's episode of Dynamite, which has been moved from its usual Wednesday night slot because of the NBA, putting it head-to-head with NXT TakeOver XXX on the WWE Network, because counter-programming definitely isn't a thing. After almost a year of denying it, both sides are now admitting they're in a wrestling war. And just like real wars, there's battles. Via TV ratings, there's defensive maneuvers, like putting on the totally always planned Great American Bash to go against Fyter Fest, and, according to noted conspiracy theory and UFO enthusiast Chris Jericho, there's spies. On his latest Saturday night special live-streamed Q&A, Jericho was talking about how the Bischoff debut was leaked on Reddit when he suddenly said, "We know who the spy is, by the way. Oh, we know, and he'll never be back in AEW. NXT Reject was the spy, so print that." That's no way to talk about Matt Cardona. But going by another report from the Wrestling Observer, NXT Rejects aren't the only people trying to get into AEW. Apparently nearly every single main roster wrestler has got in touch about defecting. On another episode of Saturday Night Special, Jericho listed Ricochet, Will Ospreay, Kota Ibushi, Don Callis, and Roman Reigns as talent he'd like to see join AEW, which Dave Meltzer addressed on Sunday's episode of Wrestling Observer Radio. Roman Reigns is not going to AEW, not happening, but apparently pretty much everyone else in WWE has at least asked. Meltzer went on to say that virtually everybody in WWE, even those who have denied it publicly, have called people in AEW trying to see what they can get or have had an interest in jumping ship. Apparently, it is only Reigns and a couple of others who have never tested the AEW waters, and Reigns is the only one of the top WWE stars who never even inquired, so he ain't going anywhere. It's already been widely reported that Randy Orton was in talks with AEW AEW last October, which Orton teased on social media, as was Edge before he decided to return to WWE in January. As for the non-WWE names, Jericho is apparently desperate to get Will Ospreay in AEW, but Meltzer said it's up to Tony Khan and New Japan CEO Harold Meij to come to a working relationship there. The same applies for Kota Ibushi. As for Impact Wrestling's Don Callis, that's not a possibility right now. Which other WWE stars do you think approached AEW? Let me know in the comments down below, because I'll be replying to people from out of nowhere, saying almost definitely Vince McMahon himself. Meltzer's report has angered one top WWE star, with Braun Strowman DMing heel by nature on Twitter to deny claims he's ever reached out to AEW, saying he just don't like being clickbait for lies, and I also like stir the pot. Braun Strowman maintaining the monster-like speech gimmick even in private there. And Braun really is a top star, as WrestleTalk's arch-nemesis Sean Ross Sapp has gotten hold of an internal WWE document for Fightful Select that has an in-depth chart on where officials see certain talent on the card. Apparently Braun Strowman was listed as the top babyface on SmackDown, with Jeff Hardy in second place and Matt Riddle third. Daniel Bryan wasn't included because he's been staying at home recently following the birth of his second child. But while Orton might have dropped AEW talks when he re-signed with WWE last November, he sure is going to continue being a dick to them on social media. Matt Jackson shared a clip of his impressive flip dive off the stage onto the Dark Order minions from last Wednesday's Dynamite with the caption, "I really stuck that landing, didn't I?" Matt thought he was safe. The Young Bucks left Twitter last December following the platform's negativity. This was on Instagram, a place for positivity, and looking at fitness models wearing bikinis on the beach. Matt Jackson thought he was safe. But lurking in the comments was Randy Orton, who replied from out of nowhere, "Sweet landing, but you didn't hit anybody. Tell Cody, Goldust, Harper, Swags, Y2J, Hardy, Ryder, Spears, Ambrose, Arn, Milenko, Gunn, and most importantly, FTR for me. Sarcastic high five emoji." Why does he use AEW titles for some but WWE names for other? And that's not how you spell Milenko. Oh, the troll is strong in this one. So Jackson shot back, "Thank Paul for the generous offer in 2018. Hope you're all happy and healthy." Who knows, maybe in 5 years' time when Randy's newest WWE contract expires, we'll see him in Series 57's lineup of AEW action figures. It's time for the Wrestling Newsatorium, formerly the Wrestling News Zip, formerly the Shooting Gallery. Better names welcome. The debut line of AEW action figures have reportedly been a huge success across America, with Jeremy Padua of Jazzwares Toy Company telling AEW Unrestricted that they've proved so popular they plan on releasing double packs, tag teams, and rivalry packs to keep up with figure and character demand. Give me Malenko! Just like how internet detectives uncovered the identities of the Russian GRU agents who poisoned the English town of Salisbury 2 years ago, yes, I just read an article about it, online WWE viewers might have revealed 2 of the people in the Retribution faction. Twitter user Kelsey claims NXT Santana Garrett and Jessie Kamea were amongst the invaders on SmackDown's episode after recognizing their distinctive hair. Dave Meltzer did report 2 weeks ago, though, that the current group doing in-ring segments for Retribution aren't the final lineup, with Brian Alvarez adding, "The people under the masks are just whoever they've got at any given moment." It all sounds rather last minute, and that's because, unsurprisingly, it is. Fightful is reporting WWE's social media team only announced Retribution's debut ahead of Raw 2 weeks ago because Pro Wrestling Sheet had leaked the news already, opening up large logic holes like, how did WWE's social media team know it was happening? Apparently on that same Chuck Ideas at the Wall episode, Fightful claimed the filming for Raw Underground went as late as 1 AM, and much of the main roster had no idea what was even being filmed the day of. WrestleVotes is reporting this Sunday's SummerSlam at the Amway Center won't have any real-life fans in the building, so instead, WWE will use over 2,500 square foot of LED boards where fans will appear live on the show, hosted by superstars and legends. Applications to appear on screen will open next week. Which means this week, everyone get your AEW shirts ready. Dave Meltzer writes WWE's deal with the Amway Center could see them there until the end of the year. Over in Ring of Honor, the Wrestling Observer notes that Delirious has replaced Marty Scurll in the position of head booker following accusations against Scurll in June's Speaking Out movement. Marty is reportedly on hiatus with the company right now. Congratulations to Peyton Royce of the Iconics, who placed second in her first fitness competition over the weekend. And we end with the sad news that former Ring of Honor champion Xavier, real name John Bedoya, has passed away at the age of 42. Xavier was the second ever ROH champion and was apparently booked to come back for the past versus present show in March before it was cancelled by COVID. Several ROH names like Christopher Daniels, Frankie Kazarian and Rhett Titus have shared their condolences, and we here at WrestleTalk would like to pass on ours too. Xavier was a subscriber to this channel and occasionally super chatted into our live streams. He will be missed. Adam Blompier has fantasy booked Shinsuke Nakamura better in WWE. Click the video on the right to watch that now. And what are the 13 best body transformations in WWE? Click the video below that for Blompier's brand new list video too. Also subscribe to Parts Unknown as we've got a brand new series debuting today. I've been Ollie Davis. Jam that jam.